Hey everybody, and welcome back to Is It Kino, your favorite animal torture podcast. I am your host, Simian Jimmy. Perhaps just another tortured monkey in a cage. Joined as always by the caged squid.
Look, I hate the concept of a horror movie, but I guess this is this concept done right, because this is some scary shit right here.
And the man who gets his dogs together to go pig hunting, the weekend warrior.
Sweet! Watch that pig squeal. Sweet!
Wow.
Classic Iowan culture right there. You're making me feel right at home on my own show,
Well,
my
if the
own
pigs
house.
weren't so,
Yeah, you guys.
if the pigs weren't so dumb and weak, we wouldn't have this sport. So,
So guys, let's, I know we're all just chomping at the bit here to talk about animal torture and all the horrible things that we've sat through for 2 hours now, but we should backtrack a little bit. This is a subsection of Is It Kino where the three of us come together, Weekend Warrior, Florian, and myself, and the audience votes on what we will watch based on what we choose to put on a poll. And for some reason, I chose to put this film, Dominion, the vegan conversion challenge, onto the poll, and it won with, I think, over 50% of the votes.
damn.
So, and I know we did not want to gamify this, and I was very explicit. Let's not look up who's winning.
Yeah, let's not.
But I did pull up all of the stats here, and I think we should talk about it because it is interesting here.
Mm-hmm.
Weekend Warrior, you actually are not at zero like we thought you were. I think we forgot that you've actually won before. But if we're going to go in order...
Paul Blart, isn't it?
No, we watched Paul Blart 1, and then we started doing polls, and I chose to put Paul Blart 2 on, which of course won. I'm curious, should we count that? Because that seems kind of unfair. Like, obviously, they're going to vote for a sequel to the review that they're listening to, right?
Yeah, but we should put the sequel on, but it shouldn't be anyone's option.
Okay, so no point for that one. Then after that was Pixels, I do believe, which Weekend Warrior, you did put that on.
Hell yeah.
So that would give you 1 point.
I'm on the board, guys. I can't believe it.
I might be getting the order wrong, but then we have a Disaster Movie, which was a Florian choice, so that would give Florian a point.
Great success.
Now here's the question. Click and Mel Gibson voicemails was a tie, and we did both, so should they both be worth a point, or should we just cross them both off? Because neither really won.
Well, who put them on?
Well, that's also a tricky thing, because I put Click on, but Mel Gibson voicemails, you put Jumper on, Florian, and I said, that's stupid. Why wouldn't you put on something good like Mel Gibson voicemails?
Wow.
So I don't know if that would count also for me, which is why I'm just leaving it up to the two of you.
Well, if you just count it as 1 point, I'm okay with that.
Well, Jumper did better than what Weekend Warrior said, so...
Jumper got third. That's not even a question. Like, that's out. That wasn't even part of the tie. Why would you even bring that up?
No, he just wants to be...
I stand by my choice. Jumper's great.
Okay, so even though, I guess since 1.5 of my choice is one, I'll give myself 1 point for the Click Mel Gibson duo. And then I also got a point for superhero movie. So if Paul Blart 2 doesn't count, I'm at 2 and you're both at 1.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's pretty close. Like, if I don't win today, somebody's tying me for winning.
Dun dun dun.
But that's enough about that. I really just wanted to stall before we have to get into the meat of our show, you could say.
God, I don't want to get
heart
into
of the
meat.
matter.
That's disgusting. Why can't we just have vegetables? Is it so hard? Like, vegetables taste fine. Why do people eat so much meat? Oh.
Did the challenge succeed? Are either of you going to pursue a vegan lifestyle after watching this documentary?
So, I just got from a wedding and I ate steak, so I'm good.
Wow.
Was that before or after you watched the movie?
After.
You just saw those disgusting infected animals, and you're like, hell yes, slice me off a piece of that.
Okay, I'm gonna get to that as to why I chose to eat. But yeah, we'll get there when we get there.
Oh, we're there. Let's go.
Okay.
Where else is there to go?
Okay, audience. If you haven't watched The Minion, you don't need to watch it because it feels like at the end of the day, it's a rant from people who can't really change the system.
Well,
So
yeah,
the suggestion is do
of
what you
course they
can.
can. Like,
No, what is the okay? I'm just gonna like, for the benefit of the audience, I'm just gonna like briefly describe the movie. So The Minion is this documentary about how we mistreat animals in farms, even though you say it's humane, it's not really humane, and they show it for like each animal type, like for chickens, for cows, for pigs, for ducks, and so on and so forth.
yeah, the
And
sheep
then-
are my favorite because they're so innocent, and it's the most heartbreaking one.
No, and the thing is, like for like the first hour, I was with the movie.
Oh,
like, oh my
only
God.
then.
Yeah. Because I remember the part where I clicked off. I remember it was when they were shoving the turkey face first into the grinder, and I just like fuck off movie. I was like, just
Wow.
fuck off because the way the film was executed, I hate to say it, it's boring.
Well, yeah.
Like, I think the movie could have
Goes
been
on
benefited.
forever.
No. Like it's gonna fuck off forever. Somebody ate it. Yeah.
No,
So-
it's gonna go on forever.
I
so-
think you got a good point because the film, when we say it's 2 hours, that is not an exaggeration. It's literally
Yeah.
exactly 2 hours, and really, it's approximately 11 or 12 segments, each about a different animal, and they highlight
same
the
fu-
different ways each of these animals is tortured, and like the poor living conditions, and like the very specific things that happen to each type of animal. But the problem
Yeah.
is they show 50 examples of each of these to the point where it feels more like torture porn. And
Yeah, it
you could,
does.
if you show each of these things once, the movie's only 35 minutes. So we're just watching the same exact horrible, disgusting act over and over again.
Yeah, but
now,
that's the
I
point.
can see, I'm about to get to that. I can see how that is the point. But as a viewer,
We never
I'm not,
stopped.
it's not adding anything to me. Like, it's not going to change my mind to see it more.
Yeah. That's why I remember
the point is that this is happening constantly every day. But as the viewer, I don't need to be bored for 2 hours seeing it. I get the point after the first fucking execution.
I mean,
Yeah.
like when,
like
you
when the
even
pigs
see
were
it,
being
like,
carbon
if-
dioxide choked or suicided in the gas chamber, that was fucking terrible, man.
I mean, you could always leave. You could always stop watching. Like,
Well,
No, but
for the
here's
purposes
thing.
of this show, I felt like a moral obligation to sit through whatever shitty fucking movie these horrible people vote for us to watch. Especially when I'm the one who puts it on the pull. I have to sit glued to the screen and watch the whole thing, Florian.
well, that's an unfair criticism because that's your fucking problem.
Well, I don't think it's unfair to criticize. So you're saying it's unfair to criticize the movie because I felt the need to watch it? The movie should be watchable at the very least.
I mean,
You can still
like, what would you
criticize a
do
movie
to
for
it?
doing something too well. Like, they want the audience to be uncomfortable, but they do it to the point where I don't even want to finish the film. So I'm going to miss all these great turkey facts because they decided to show me 20 full minutes of pigs. Get to the fucking
Jimmy,
next animal already. I get it.
Jimmy, didn't you know that they fatten up turkeys to the point they can't walk? Also, they do that to cows. Also, they do that to pigs.
Yeah.
Also, they do that to chickens. Also, they do that to ducks. And it just goes on and on.
Just rapid fire through the information so I get like the total idea of each animal within the first half an hour, and then if I want to stick around for the next hour and a half, you can show all the extra torture then as like a treat.
I mean, you could probably find the information if you want to, but like this movie is. It seems to me that this is like exposing actual stuff that shouldn't be happening, and it's important to show like every minute of it.
No, I agree that it shouldn't be happening. It's just that I thought at some point during the movie, the presenters of the documentary would go, "Oh, here's what we're doing to stop it. Oh, here's what we're doing to take steps to solve it." But what did they do at the end, Florian? They saved the baby goat. Oh, it has a ribbon on it. Hooray! You're changing the system. It doesn't feel like.
Well, they're not changing the system with that. what they're
Yeah,
doing.
so what's the fucking point of the movie?
What's the point? The movie is the point. What are you fucking talking about? This is called activism. You look at a problem and you say, hey, this is a problem, and you...
Yeah, but your activism doesn't do shit.
Of course it does shit. We're talking about it right now. It's
like,
happening right now. People's opinion is what matters in a democracy, okay? If you tell people these things, and if you really show it to them, then it will have an impact. They will vote, okay?
No, but it's terrible. So what? What are you going to do about it?
Well, I think a lot of people watched this movie and did convert to veganism, and I would be curious about. And also, speaking of good for them,
I'm definitely gonna eat less meat. So I guess
it had an impact on Florian. But I think Weekend does have a point that, let's say, I, as an individual, if I watch this movie and decide to change my entire lifestyle and never eat the most delicious food ever again,
what am I going to... Yeah.
It's not going to actually change anything. Like, the exact same number of animals are going to be slaughtered in the exact same way, regardless of what I'm eating.
Are you saying that demand and supply are not a thing?
There is a systemic situation.
Well, it's just like my vote. Like, it's me voting for anybody in any American election is also, like, personally a waste of time. I get a huge group of people doing something together in a democracy will help, but as an individual, selfish, singular person, why would I impact my entire life and not eat food that I want to eat?
Yeah.
I mean, you definitely eat a lot of meat in your life, and
go ahead. I've been ranting. So.
Right. So, there's a lot of impact. Like all the actual meat that you eat will actually be the supply and demand of things is not nothing. Like if you stop shopping at a certain supermarket, they'll eventually buy maybe one truckload less meat over your lifetime. Okay, it's not nothing.
Yeah, I don't buy it. I don't think my individual impact is enough to change any supply and demand of any market anywhere on the entire planet.
I mean,
I think it's a systemic. It's a systemic problem that requires a systemic solution.
But I wanted to, for fun, take a look at the impact this film has had on the world, because this is uploaded to YouTube. That's how I watched it. I assume you guys watched it on YouTube as well.
Yep.
And if you sort the comment section by new, it's pretty brutal. It gets pretty... when you consider the contents of this movie, it is if we thought Florian was inhumane, these comments are fucking hilarious.
Motherfucker, you're inhumane. Fuck you.
Well, wait till you hear these comments.
Well, let me see.
These comments that you agree with, surely.
Oh, wow, it characterized me like that after that big introduction I just provided.
Well, you're just saying that it doesn't matter if you continue eating meat, so yeah, I feel like you're pretty disaffected and you're not willing to change anything.
We've got one from Goober. It just says yummy, and he has his tongue sticking out emoji, like he's licking his lips. Spicy Nan says, not gonna lie, this shit made me want a Big Mac.
Oh wait, I'm crying right now. Let me wipe my tears with my bacon. It needs a little more salt. Oh my god.
Well, I'm thinking of the cute girl that was really solemnly reading these facts again, and she's crying right now because of these comments, and it's not okay.
I'm sure she's not reading these comments, man. I don't think so.
Well, yeah, she's probably an actress.
Florian, let me ask you this. This is a question I wrote down in my notes for you as I was watching the film. Florian, do the goats screaming in pain give you nostalgia for Thor: Love and Thunder? That's where my mind went watching this film.
I mean, that movie also traumatized me, but yeah, I guess.
Okay,
which goats made you suffer more? The goats being slaughtered and screaming in pain in the movie, or in Dominion?
Well, clearly the goats in Dominion, but like Love and Thunder, slaughtered the concept of comedy, okay, and it will be felt for generations.
No, so, okay, to my point earlier that it doesn't even provide a simple solution. A commenter even provided a better solution. Don't say you could switch off meat, make a gradual switch, 1 meal a week for a month, 2 for the next, and so on.
Well,
like the least the documentary could do is like, okay, you've been affected. How can you help? Like they don't even do that. It's just you think about the impact you're doing, and here are the steps to solve it. It's just, it feels like you're guilt tripping me to do something good. I don't like that.
Yeah, I guess if they would have presented the full math on, hey, listen, if every single person watching this just changed one meal per month, and then like they scaled it up and showed like the total impact, I guess that would have been at least something to take away at the end.
So it doesn't really feel like it feels more like people who are self-righteous saying that.
And to be fair, the narrators of the movie are Hollywood actors. Joaquin Phoenix, the Joker himself, is narrating half of the movie. I don't know if you guys noticed
that. I did not notice
literally the Joker the whole time.
Oh my god, the real Joker was the meat we didn't eat along the way.
Yeah, so like he's giving a real speech about society in this film as the Joker, which I thought was pretty neat.
Well, to be fair, I feel like this movie had like the worst audio quality ever. Maybe
the actors were very bored and they did not rehearse. Joaquin Phoenix sounded sleepy.
Wow.
I could tell. It might have been recorded over the phone.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it was recorded like really crappily. It's bizarre, but I feel like the emotion of it is more like that. It's just hard to take, and that's why
he sounded sleepy
like that.
Yeah, he didn't want to put too much passion into his pig slaughter narration.
He's just tired of the violence, okay?
Let's consider something. For me, the main issue is not the morality of we're eating a product from something that had to be killed for me to enjoy this. It's more of the idea of needless torture. And the issue is that a lot of, due to present day regulations and laws and rules, the movie is arguing, look at all this torture that the government says is okay. And if only, in my view, if the capitalist pigs running these corporations would try to focus on humanity and humane practices rather than their individual billionaire and millionaire profits, maybe they wouldn't have to utilize the cheapest options, which also coincide with the most barbaric and torturous options.
Well, like, what do? Do you take the more expensive eggs?
See, that's exactly my point. If you read about the eggs, the CEOs said that they have record profits, so they're just getting extra money.
I was just gonna say, like, the eggs. I know that the free-range eggs only have like this little section in the middle where the chickens can roam, but you know, it's more than nothing. Okay, are you willing to take the more expensive eggs where the chickens have just this tiny hint of more freedom? No,
I mean, my whole point is that the consumer shouldn't have to pay more to benefit the animals. It's that that's
literally how it would work.
But that's not fair, and that's not how it should be. The CEOs are literally doing everything they can to make their own individual profit be as many billions of dollars as possible. So, like, I know you hate that concept, Florian, but it is true. Like, this torture is just to benefit the people at the very, very top of the company to save them money.
You realize that the price of meat will definitely go up if it...
Yeah, because of their greed. That's, like, literally what I just said to you. It's not for a purpose. It's because they want to maximize their money. There's no actual purpose for Today, the eggs are as high as they've ever been in price. And we just found out in the news, it's pointless. The CEOs are raking in that money as profit.
Well, to be fair, energy has gotten more expensive. I mean, there's...
Then why are they making record-breaking profits? It doesn't make sense.
Well, because money is now also worth less than it was before, so the profits would have increased by that amount, I guess.
Oh, inflation.
Not if the expenses are what we're paying for.
Well, do you want there to be absolutely no profit anywhere?
Do they need record-breaking profits when we're all suffering? They're just making it off of poor people's back.
I mean, the stock market hasn't really gone up that much, so I don't know how they can have record-breaking profits.
I'm just saying, if these billionaires weren't capitalist, fucking savage, cruel humans, these animals wouldn't need to suffer, and we could still have factories and farms and stuff.
Yeah, I see.
Why are we hiring people who literally like are laughing and giggling while attacking animals? Like, that is pointless, needless. Why are we hiring these motherfuckers who are torturing animals for fun on camera?
Like, I still remember the sheep that he's selling. Oh, sheep, don't be stupid. Come here. And then, he's a good boy. And then he slit the throat of the sheep. That's fucked up, man.
And the movie in a way, the film is disingenuous by presenting like, this is how it is in the whole world. No, you Australian people are fucking sociopaths, evidently. There's no way. Everywhere, every factory in the world, the workers love torturing animals. Fuck you, Joaquin Phoenix and Rooney Mara, whoever the fuck. You have no clue.
Well, another thing they haven't even covered is like the mind of these workers. Like, they're taking a lot of psychic damage just seeing all these animals die all day.
Oh yeah.
Right? So this is like a symptom of that. Like either you are insane or you get insane.
No, there's a difference between death and torture, though. You shouldn't want to torture something while it's alive. You should want it to have a quick and painless death.
Like I said, they're gonna be insane at some point.
Well,
like, this is not
I don't accept that.
You don't accept that people will be driven insane by what you've just seen.
There are plenty of butchers and farmers who are not insane who want to torture living beings just because they're around death every day.
Do they work in factory farms?
You think every single factory farm worker is insane and wants to torture animals?
Well, certainly a decent amount of them, yeah.
I don't think so.
I think...
Like the same thing with cops. Like you've got some of them that are really insane, and they're gonna do everything bad that they can get away with.
Like, I think Florian has a point. Like, just to cope with how bad the situation is around them, they're just gonna be mean. There's also that possibility.
And
but I think I still agree with. I think it's manipulative, obviously, because they want to show how cruel humanity can be. Of course, they're gonna manipulate it to show the biggest asshole.
I feel like it's doing the journalism thing again, where what I was talking about, where it's like they want to highlight like the worst stuff. This is the money shot, is where they see the torture, because the torture is going on, and we hear that it is like English speaking people in countries that we know that are doing
Australia. I don't know if I consider them as equal humans to the rest of us.
Well, I wouldn't either, but you had the
Australia's like it's the Florida of the world, like it's the white trash nation.
You were represented, okay?
Wait, who? How was I represented?
The pig hunters.
That wasn't in Iowa.
No.
No way.
Did you say Ohio? Well, close enough.
That was in Australia as well, because they said that these pigs are not native to the island.
All right. Maybe all right. Yeah. Fuck. Well, I feel like there were some Americans there, but
it was all Australian people. Those people are sick in the head. And Indian people, too. Indian people are even more brutal to the cows, twisting their tails and shit. Fucking taking cayenne pepper and rubbing it in their eyeballs. Disgusting people.
I think the tail twisting was American, though. That was a rodeo.
Hey, I don't see no Americans putting cayenne pepper in a cow's eyeball. You sick fucks. Do that after you cook it, not before.
Cooked eyeballs?
I don't want no raw eyeball. Spicy balls are good, but fuck, you gotta cook it.
Oh yeah, dude, like when you see how bad it is in these countries, like in poor countries, oh my god, they can get away with even
it's
bullshit.
So horrible. so bad.
Well, to be fair, they have fewer animals at least. Like the sheer scale of our capitalism killing these pigs. Oh my god.
Did either of you ever have to pause the movie or leave the room or look away or anything?
Yeah, I did pause the movie.
How many times?
I think it was when... I'm having PTSD remembering it. Like when they were like segregating the baby cows from their moms, that was fucked. And then they were shipping off the young cows, the young male cows to die. That's just fucked up. I was like, oh, these cows are useless. Like some of them might be used to produce other cows, but most of them are gonna fucking die.
Like the goats that were left on the floor. Those were pretty rough.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But like, to me, I was just like having trouble breathing the further I watched. It was pretty horrific.
Or when the fucker smashed the baby pig, that was fucked. I had to pause it.
Or when the animals like fall through the cracks into the shit flute and they drown in piss and shit.
Oh,
yeah, it's fucked.
And then he was feeding it. Like, why? Why was he feeding it?
It was
when
thirsty.
It's already down there? Like,
yeah, it was so unnecessary. Like, it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary torture. And if I think Monkey's right, it's the capitalists who have to adjust, but they won't because it will hurt their bottom line.
That's
so,
right. That is literally it.
I mean, it literally make it more expensive for you too. Like,
and that is another one of their crimes. Like, that is something. It's what they will do, but it's what they shouldn't do. And the fucked up thing is, they do it. They make it more expensive without even making it more humane. We pay extra for nothing all the time, and they're never going to make it better. But they'll always make us pay more.
Well, realistically, it's already gotten slightly better.
Hopefully, this movie came out pretty recently. It was like 2018.
Oh yeah, but just like, I mean, I've seen shit. Okay, like when I was a little boy, I saw one of those pigs get murdered. Okay, like with a little pistol and stuff, and then I saw that its eyes were still rolling back when it was in the hot water.
Oh, it was still spasming.
Yeah, I don't think it was spasming. I just saw the eye roll. So I don't know if it was fully alive or what, but like I had nightmares. Holy shit.
Yeah, that will fuck you up.
Well, let me ask you, does this make you feel any better? According to the movie, most pigs are killed at the age of 5 months old. So as much as they might suffer in their 180 days or 150 days on this earth, at least it's not that long, right? Like the male chicks, when they're sorting the chicks by male and female, the male chicks are instantly shredded after 1 day of life. And I genuinely thought, which is better? Would you rather be the male chick who gets shredded immediately or the female that sits there and gets tortured for a long time?
I mean, I feel like that baby doesn't get to suffer much. I think that's probably...
Yeah, it's immediately put out of its misery, like from birth.
Yeah, I don't even know if the gassing is much more humane than the blender, honestly.
No, it's not, because they see...
It's pretty bad gassing.
The gassing took like a whole minute for them to suffocate. The blender is like my favorite part of the movie. Like, yes, please, blend me up. If the rest of this factory is the only other option, blend me the fuck up. I think my main thing is torture. Torture is way worse than death. We're all going to die. We have to accept it, but none of us necessarily have to be tortured.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
you remember that scene of the pig where it was still alive after the chamber and somebody just shot it?
Well, at least that someone shot it.
Well, Florian, I want your answer. Would you rather be the male chick or the female chick? And everybody should answer at home. I'll put a straw poll in the description because that's a real philosophical question.
I mean,
I think I'll be a male chick if that's the case.
Shred me up, daddy. Let's go.
I mean, I don't even know. Like what brain activity does a fetus even have, or like a tiny chick?
Like a 1 day old newborn chick. Yeah, it has no clue what's going on. It's just gone.
Like, okay,
easy come, easy go.
I mean, it might be the worst thing ever, but who knows?
You're a farm animal, okay? EX tier is a male chick, or a male duck, because you just get shredded. Like, and then after that we get baby cow who's male. That's A tier, because at least after a few days they just kill you after that.
You want to do a full tier list of which factory farm animal you'd rather be?
I mean, the scale is completely different though, because like there's like a million of those chicks getting shredded. I feel like that should count for something, you know.
Oh, there was
I mean, each individual animal only has to suffer life once. I mean, scaling it up is a good way to get emotionally driven, but really, each pig is only suffering one life.
I mean, there's a theory that like all living things are connected, and they live each life one after another, and it's all one big person, you know. So that you'll just spend like a trillion years getting shredded over and over again. So you're not looking forward to that part.
I did not see any of those baby chicks complain once about being shredded, because by the time it started, it was already over. So they don't even know.
There's a Kino moment though, when one of the like farm factory guys was like, "Oh, sometimes I just smash the chick over the head, and it's just dead." And then the camera zooms into the chick that's kind of alive after the whole thing. It's like
there's the most terrific shots in any movie you'll ever see are in this. Just shots of like animals that are half dead, sprawled out on the ground, laying in like piles of piss and shit. And
dude. What he actually said is that you have to break the neck because then they can't poop anymore. He doesn't care that it's alive. He's just happy that it's not making a sound anymore. Oh, jeez.
But I do remember the part where I zoned out. Then I played a video game, and then I played the movie on the background. I still remember it.
Couldn't even finish watching. You had to start playing Bullfrog.
No, because it goes back to the execution of the documentary. It's just the same shit all over again. When I got to the turkey, it's like, oh, they're just doing it and shoving it in your face forever. I was like, okay. Yeah. When they shove the turkey in the container so that the head is first and they're killing it, I just zoned out after that. I booted up Cultivation Story, Reincarnation, and I just played that.
Well, to be fair, there is like a lot of talking, so it's not all just torture. I mean, there is like a lot of torture put in between the talking, but there's also like a lot of facts that you'll hear. You know?
Yeah, but
I don't think there's a single shot that is not torture, even with voiceover talking over it.
Voiceover describes torture-related facts.
Well, I was talking about like torture where you just hear the audio, and I mean, the facts are
like suffering,
right?
Like that's raw data right there, guys.
Raw data. You don't even know, like the audio is fucking blown out, but like if you hear like the actual screams of these animals, it's like so loud you have no idea.
Oh god!
Weren't they didn't they play a pig screaming or was
there's so many animals shrieking in horror as they die? Pigs.
Yeah.
How is this shit allowed on YouTube, but I can't make fun of Elliot Rodger? Come on.
Or we can't make fun of the big and the big. The Fuhrer.
So many things we can't make fun of.
Well, you could make any kind of documentary and it should be fine, I guess.
My videos, in some cases, were documentaries, I would say.
I know, it was very unfair.
So
true. Yeah, that's unfair. But
you know what else is unfair? The movie claims that our oceans will be void of fish by the year 2048. Not sure if I believe that one. No more fish in the whole world in 25 years because we're fishing that much. I guess they can't reproduce.
Is that true?
I guess we'll just have like only those fish cages in the sea.
Oh, but that's not good for the environment either.
The world is 75% ocean. Surely there's plenty of fish out there.
Have you seen how much we eat? Jesus, dude.
Oceans are big. I think you underestimate the size of the ocean and how many animals live in it. There's gonna be fish forever.
No, there isn't. They're definitely decreasing, and like you only like there's only certain areas. Like you only get like a certain height, and that's where you fish. I guess it's pretty close to the surface, and then stuff near the coast, I think is where most fish are.
Well, I would be willing to bet that the sea creatures of this world will be here long after humanity has been exterminated. So fish will outlive us. Probably. Fish will outlive humanity. That's my bet of the day.
Wow. Fish, huh?
That's right. I believe in fish supremacy. They were here before us and they'll be here after us.
Well, I think fish will just get so small that they'll swim through the net, and that's how they'll survive.
That's right. And then once we're gone, they can start getting bigger again.
I guess so, but I mean, functionally, we won't have fish to eat, I guess. But I
that's all these animals are to you, Florian, just a function. That's the message you got from the film.
Well, there's humans that depend on fishing, but okay.
So true. I agree completely. Weekend, how do you feel about the Asian representation in the film? I feel like your people could have been torturing more.
Yeah, I think it's an unfair spectrum. I feel like we should be included as well.
Yeah, everyone's posting that Chinese factory with that produces like so many goddamn pigs.
It's or how about that?
Have you seen that one?
Or the Chinese dog torturing that I see some videos pop up on Twitter? That's fucked.
Well, they did mention some dogs in this. So I guess that was in China, was it?
Wouldn't be surprised, my fellow Chinaman.
Yeah.
Or we'll cut that out if that's too bad.
I think you're allowed to say it.
Yeah, because that's not really an insult when you think about it. It's just
everybody should be proud to be a Chinaman. They're so respected and smart.
Yeah.
Look, just face the fact that pigs have the same level of intelligence as dogs, okay?
I thought you were going to say as yourself.
Look at that, too. Yeah.
I want to wrap up this discussion so we can move on to the next poll. So do we have any final thoughts on Dominion?
Wow.
I think
What do you mean, wow? This is a regularly length episode, Florian.
Yeah.
We're almost at 40 minutes.
Oh, wow. I felt like we didn't really get into the meat of it. Well, maybe.
That's what I said at the beginning.
Shit, I did. Well, I guess we're already looping. Well, I really think that, like, the impact of stuff like this is not to be underestimated, okay? Like, there's people out there that tried other ways, that they have convincing arguments and shit, but, like, just make anyone watch this shit for 2 hours. Like,
Fuck.
I swear that this has some meaning in a different way, and it's very important that this movie exists, okay?
Yeah, I think the vegan conversion challenge is one that everybody should have to take. Fuck it, why not? If you love eating meat, you should have to sit there and watch this movie, see where it comes from most likely, and then you can make the choice of your own self. Like, can I live with this? Should I continue eating? Why not? Why not be honest with reality, take a look at it, and then make your individual choice? All three of us did, and it sounds like we won, and we're gonna keep eating meat. So.
Well, I mean, I will eat less meat. So
we won the challenge, Florian. We're gonna keep eating that delicious, delicious meat.
I mean, it's pretty hard. You'd have to even like stop milk and eggs. It's tragic.
That's right.
Really.
So,
like, just think, like, everyone can, like, eating less meat is good. Period. Like, it's not healthy. Okay. Like, the only reason it might be, like, efficient is if it's, like, the cheapest calories you can get and you're really poor, okay? But if you're looking after your health, then eat less meat. Like, the recommended amount of meat that you should eat is, like, comedically low. It's, like...
It's 4 ounces of beef a day. Fuck that.
No, there's no beef. You're not supposed to eat any beef. All you get is, like, 200 grams of chicken per week. That's all you're allowed to have, okay, for your health. Like, don't
sounds
have
like fake news. Well, I think that the movie has a good message that is poorly executed. The pun is kind of intended. So I think, like,
it was executed very torturously. You know, it was still living.
It was. I think it could have benefited from, like, okay, what we showed you was terrible. How can you, like, actually make a change in your life? Something like that. Because when it got to the end and they were, like, getting philosophical, I just rolled my fucking eyes. Like, you showed me a very real thing, and then you're going, like, oh, maybe you think they're smaller and smaller than this. That's why you think you have the reasons to do this to them, because it's okay to torture them because they're lesser beings. Like, oh, what the fuck are you talking about? This is terrible.
Look, I'm sorry, but that's the way you think, and you're offended because it's spot on. Okay, like you don't concern yourself with the suffering of these animals, and you're just waiting to forget what you've just seen so you can have another burger. Okay, so yeah, you do think they're lesser.
He just recalled the whole terrible thing. I'm just saying that if you really want to help, show me how you're doing it, because it feels like a lecture at the end. It feels more self-righteous than it has to be.
I mean, like, having a call to action might have been good, sure. Like maybe there's, like, a campaign that would have really helped. But, like, there's stuff out there. Like, I see people, like, protesting this occasionally, you know, and I roll my eyes, but I won't roll my eyes anymore, okay?
No, so that's the problem I have with it. It comes across more as some people in Hollywood, like, from, like, Rooney Mara and
the jokester.
What's his just having a weekend, feeling good about themselves, recording this, and saying, "Oh, we help people when we help the planet." It comes across like that when it shouldn't. That's my problem.
This is more helpful than any other work they've done. Okay. Like, all the other stuff is just art, but this is activism, and this is the kind of stuff that changes minds and policy later on.
Well, I hope if they do the Minion to Electric Boogaloo, they fucking
Electric
show
cattle
some
prod
actual steps.
Boogaloo.
Yeah, electric kind of shotgun to the face Boogaloo.
So, Florian, on Letterboxd, how many stars are you gonna give this movie?
I don't know if I'm gonna do much on Letterboxd. I don't know.
Oh.
I think. Okay, so I don't know. It's hard to rate because I guess it's important that people watch it, but it's not gonna be enjoyable. I guess I'll go with 3.
Weekend Warrior, would you say this movie is Kino?
No, I wouldn't say it's Kino. I kind of agree that the message is important. The way they told it was poorly done. So I think, is this a scale out of 5? I'm giving it a 2.
I would say, as an old school fan of internet videos that you might want to do like a reaction video to, just like something torturous and horrible, shocking to the senses, that will give you a visceral feeling and reaction and emotionally affect you. In those terms, the movie is great. Like, in a sadistic, evil way, if you want to see something just so violently horrific and morally evil, and it's just on display for 2 full hours here on YouTube, that's an option you have, and I think it's one of the better ones. So it's high marks from me. I'd say the movie's effective.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I sincerely think it would be very funny if everybody on Earth had to watch this at least once.
Wow. Well, I guess
I wouldn't call it funny.
I guess you think it's very important, then. I guess, at least in some way.
Yeah, why not?
If you want everyone to see it, hell yeah.
If every single person saw it, I guarantee like the percentage of vegans would go up by a considerable amount for sure.
Yeah.
So that'd probably help out, and also I would just enjoy people like being disgusted.
And you know what? Like you say, like there's no impact to this. Like, I go to the supermarket and there's more vegan things to eat now, and it's only gonna get more the more vegans there are. Okay, and some of the stuff is actually good in about the same way as meat is. I mean, not the fake meat that still tastes pretty bad, but like if it's just a bunch of vegetables, that tastes fine. You don't need meat. Okay.
Okay, should we move on to what we will be watching in the next episode?
All right.
Hell yeah.
Who wants to begin? Who is confident in their choice for the poll?
Okay,
I have a suggestion. Like,
go ahead.
Since we're on the topic of torture, there's this movie about torturing little children, and in a horror setting. It's called Skinamarink. So.
Oh, that's a new one though, right? Is that available for us to watch at home?
I think it's on Shudder or in your favorite file distribution network.
Okay, so it's not just a theater exclusive right now.
Yeah. I think Shudder is like it's like a horror streaming site in the States, right? So maybe you can find it in your favorite file distribution system. So
I think I might have heard that Kino said it was bad, so it's probably not.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah, E-Rich and Kino both reviewed it on Letterboxd.
Oh shit!
And evidently, it was made by a former YouTuber, because somebody said it's technically a YouTuber movie.
Oh, that's interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Reach out to the community.
So Skinamarink is Weekend Warrior's choice. Florian, do you want to go next, or should I go?
Okay, so I got something. Okay, so what kind of torture do you think is gonna be effective?
For who?
More
for us.
For
psychological.
Like, effective for us? Are we trying to be motivated to? Are we trying to influence us in a certain way, or is this just torture for fun?
Like, what's the worst thing that you could think that you would have to eat?
To eat? Bad schnitzel.
Yeah. Okay, well, Weekend is right. So I'm proposing human centipede, but not just any human centipede. Because if you think like, if you're like the top of the human centipede, that's not so bad. You just got someone licking your butt. But if you're like in the middle or at the end, you just eat shit all day, and it's really bad. Which is why I'm gonna suggest Human Centipede 3, the final part that gets. I mean, I've not seen it. I've seen the first one, but I think that the third one must be the worst because it's got all the shit from the first one in it, right?
I have seen the first one. I have not seen the second or the third. I believe, I might be wrong, I believe the plot of the third movie is somebody sees the first movie and they want to recreate it in real life. Then he makes a centipede that has 100 people connected, all eating each other's shit.
Yeah, see, it's just regurgitating the same shit, so it is, in fact, the perfect analogy for itself.
And for this podcast, too, really.
Yeah.
Oh my god, is that some self-referential meta shit? Oh my god.
The Human Centipede 3 might be the film version of Is It Kino in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Yep, that's my choice.
Okay, so I was scrolling through HBO Max one night, and I saw something that I could not believe could be real, just based on the title. So I clicked on it, and I watched it for about 5 minutes, and I think it is real. It might be a prank. I did not watch the whole thing, so maybe the joke's on me, but I think this might be a legitimate thing, and it's not trying to troll me here.
No way.
It's a movie called Teen Titans Go! Watch Space Jam. And it's the characters from Teen Titans Go! Get visited by the aliens from the Michael Jordan movie Space Jam, the Monstars. They show up at Teen Titans Go! Headquarters, and they tell them about the movie Space Jam. And the entire movie is it's the film Space Jam, like the one from the 90s, not the new one, the old movie. And the Teen Titans Go! Characters are doing like a reaction video to the entire film and talking over it.
Oh my god!
This is its own movie. This is a movie on HBO.
This is the same thing. This is just more shit being regurgitated. Amazing.
Yeah, I know. I was like, wow, this. So we're gonna do like a reaction podcast to a reaction to a movie of I don't even know how to explain what's going on. At this point.
I think this is a real movie, and I think you've just seen like the first few minutes, but then they actually do some stupid.
So they don't actually watch the entirety of Space Jam.
No, they travel to like a place where Space Jam is real, and then they're in it, I assume.
Well, I watched 5 minutes, and they're just sitting in the living room watching the movie Space Jam.
Holy shit.
So maybe it changes halfway through, but we might not find out, because I don't know if I'm going to beat Human Centipede 3.
Well, I see that on IMDb this has a rating of 4.5 out of 10, so I assume there's got to be something to it.
Isn't that kind of low?
I mean, yeah, but
wait, let me...
It's what you'd expect from Teen Titans Go!
Yeah.
I mean, like Teen Titans Go! Is they've done one where they went to a movie about Batman, and they were disappointed that they didn't get a movie, so they traveled back in time to save Batman's parents so that Batman wouldn't.
But didn't we review that on Is It Kino? Teen Titans Go to the movies.
Well, okay. I mean that one was bad, right?
I think I liked that one.
Well, I guess that's bizarre then that they made this and it's different and it's just reactions.
I want to know if the entire movie is just them watching Space Jam. And from the poster that you just posted, Weekend, it looks like that's all it is. They're just sitting on the couch watching Space Jam. I'm
looking at a picture of them having monsters in the Teen Titans Go style, so I think there's something. Maybe there's
the monsters show up and are watching it with them.
Oh.
The characters in the movie are watching the movie with them. And they're just talking over it. Like, it's not even animated. It's literally on screen, the film Space Jam, and the Teen Titans are talking over it. That's the movie.
Wow, which regurgitated shit do we vote for?
It's like, I don't even, what were they thinking? I honestly don't know what they were thinking.
I mean, like, the rating is not that bad. Like, you'd think if it's just like a reaction video, it would have like 2 out of 10.
There's only 13
less.
user reviews. I don't know if anybody's even seen this. I feel like it might not even actually exist. It might still be a prank.
No, it has. Wait.
Like halfway through, it might just like become something else, and they're like, "Wow, I can't believe you're dumb enough to actually watch this long."
Wait, it does have 1,000 reviews.
I only see 13 user reviews in the screenshot.
I mean, it says 1.2K.
Oh, maybe written
on
reviews
IMDb.
is only 13.
Oh, okay.
Whatever. So those are the 3 choices. Go vote in the 2 straw polls this episode. Boys, do you have anything you want to plug?
Yeah, check out. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, man. Sorry, it's okay.
Check out my channel. I'm gonna focus on making more videos. Gonna focus on making more games. And I made that stupid video about AI talking to girls on Tinder. So check that out eventually.
For me, I'm gonna make a video this month about my favorite bespectacled detective. So I hope people will watch that when it comes out. And I'm planning to release something next month since I got an editor. So we'll see. Video game related.
I got links to those in the description, as well as everything else. Boys, we're all vegan now. I've never been prouder. And I'll see you next time for whatever regurgitated shit they decide to vote on.
Hell yeah.
Take care, guys.
Bye. Oh wait, regurgitated means thrown up, but it's actually pooped out shit. But then it's been eaten and then pooped again. Recycled
Tasty.
shit is the correct word for it. I hope that made it into the video.